morning, everyone. This is Prakash Kumar Gupta from Brilliant Public School, Behtarai. Today's topic is trigonometric functions. What is trigonometry? As you have already studied in the previous class, trigonometry is the branch of mathematics that studies about the triangles and the relationship between their sides and the angles between these sides. The word trigonometry is derived from the Greek word tri, meaning three, and gon, meaning the sides, and metron, meaning the measure. So generally we are studying here about the right angle triangle. Now we'll see first of all positive and negative angles. So angles are always starting with the x-axis. So from x-axis, if the angle is going anti-clockwise direction, so it is called positive angles. But if it is going clockwise direction, then it is called negative angle. So theta is if goes up and minus theta if it goes down. Next, two types of angles measurements are there. One is degree measure, another is radian measure. So first of all, we'll see about the degree measure. In the degree measure, the angle already we are knowing about the initial side, terminal side, one vertex is there and whatever the angle is made. So first of all, we'll see each and everything. Vertex, the end point of two rays that form an angle is called the vertex. Initial side, the side of the angle that is fixed. Terminal side, the side of the angle that will rotate or move either up or down, anti-clock or clockwise. Standard position, an angle with its vertex at the origin and its initial side along the positive x-axis. Now degree, common measure to use measure an angle. Degree is based on 60 rather than 10 as we use in decimals. Here we are using 60 parts. So therefore 1 degree is equal to 1 by 68th of the measure of equilateral triangle. Now minutes. The degree is subdivided into 60 equal parts. All those are called minutes. The minute is derived into 60 equal parts. Again it is known as seconds. Now we'll see the radian measure. And for this we need arc of length of arc and the area of the sector. Another way to measure angle is using that is called radians. So given a circle of radius r with the vertex of the angle as the center of the circle. If the arc length formed by intercepting the angle circle with the sides of the angle is the same length as the radius r. So the angle measures 1 radian, or in simple language you can say if the arc's length is equal to the radius, then 1 radian angle is formed. Now you can see the complete angle or the 360-degree angle is in radian we are taking 2 pi. So 90 degree will be automatically pi by 2, 180 degree pi, and 270 degree 3 pi by 2. And smaller division of the angles for 30 degree pi by 6, for 45 degree pi by 4, for 60 degree pi by 3. Likewise we can have so many angles. Now some sign of trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. So as we are knowing in coordinate geometry, total 4 quadrants are there. So in first quadrant all the trigonometric ratios like sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec and cot all are positive in first quadrant. But in second quadrant sine and cosec only are positive. Rest all cos, sec, tan and cot are negative. Third quadrant sine, cosec, cos and sec all are negative, but tan and cot are positive. In fourth quadrant sine, cosec, cos, sec sine, cosec, tan, cot are negative and cos and sec are positive. This we can learn by this small sentence. All science teachers are crazy. So all comes means all positive, Sines, sin and cosec are positive. Teachers, T, so tan and cot are positive. And crazy, C, so cos and sec are positive. Now some useful formulae. You can refer all these formulae for solving the trigonometric sums. Now trigonometric equations. If sin theta is equal to 0, then theta is equal to n pi. N stands for an integer and pi you are knowing already, 180 degree you can say. Now second, if cos theta is equal to 0, then theta is equal to 2n pi plus 1. 2n plus 1 and multiplied with pi by 2. If tan theta is equal to 0, then as sin theta, theta is equal to n pi. Now the fourth one is sin theta is equal to sin alpha. Then theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n alpha, where alpha belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Or you can say the second quadrant to third, starting from the second quadrant to end of the third quadrant. Cos theta equals to cos alpha, then theta is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha, where alpha belongs to again minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and tan theta is equal to tan alpha, then theta is equal to n pi plus alpha, where alpha belongs to again minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If sin square theta is equal to sin square alpha and cos square theta is equal to cos square alpha and tan square theta is equal to tan square alpha, then what happens? Theta is equal to n pi plus minus alpha. If sin theta equals to 1, then theta is equal to 4n plus 1 pi by 2. If cos theta is equal to 1, then theta equals to 2n pi. If cos theta is equal to minus 1, then theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi. Theta is equal to tan theta, sin theta is equal to sin alpha, then and cos theta is equal to cos alpha. Then theta is equal to 2n pi plus alpha. Thank you very much.